Today, we're actually talking about e-commerce. And Eric, I'm kind of curious why you chose e-commerce as something for people to kind of watch out for or be tuned into heading into the new year.
Yeah, well, and I mean, you and I have our background in retail. We definitely saw the transition. Anybody who's been paying attention over the last 10 years, if you paid attention to any news, I'm going to say it was I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago was the first year that e-commerce sales exceeded retail sales in the fourth quarter in the holiday season, or the holiday season, I should say specifically. And that was pretty significant, right? I mean, it was, obviously led by Amazon, and now Walmart's become a big component of that as well. But so there's no hidden, everybody knows that everything's going online, right? I mean, I actually should have done the research. I'd love to know how many Prime subscriptions Amazon has, right? How many billions of millions of it.
Right.
But anyway, my point was the landscape continues to change dramatically. I mean, if 2008, the debacle that we had in 2008, the economic challenges, right, the reshuffling that we went through from 8, and then we'll draw the line in the sand at 8 and say 9, 10, 11, 12, that 4-year span of time, maybe 13. Things dramatically got, companies got more effective at being lean. There was a lot of transition from an employment perspective. People were like, we can drive sales to our online platform. We don't need retail stores. So you started seeing a lot of that. Saw a lot of retailers go away. And what's happening now is that everybody wants to do their transactions online. I'm not going to say nobody wants to go into a store because there's still that shopping experience depending on the products, but the vast majority of client solutions, they want to be able to resolve online with reduced human interaction, in some cases, reduced drag. I want to be able to get it and order it and have it the next day. There's a lot of factors there. They're willing to not walk out of the store today with it if they can have it tomorrow, assuming they don't have to leave their house, right? I mean, and COVID certainly brought this on and exacerbated this. And I think that now that the COVID phenomena has played itself out, a lot of companies have had to adjust and accordingly have had to make the changes in their business and now become more of an e-tailer, certainly embracing the e-commerce component. And to really kind of bring it full circle, it's not just retail now. It's not just consumable goods. It is your services. People want to be able to buy what they want to buy online, and they don't want to have to go through the different hurdles. No, I say nobody. The vast majority of people do not want to have to make a phone call. I've got a client that when I started working with them, they didn't have a presence online. Their sales were struggling, and their process was go on my website, look at my product mix, and then call me. And they couldn't figure out why that wasn't converting. And I'm like, well, that's probably because if I'm online and I'm looking on your website and I'm seeing the products.
Yeah. Why can't I just buy it or book it, right? Yeah.
I just want to click on it and buy it, right? I don't want to have to, they don't offer the service solution, so they have to coordinate that with somebody. But there's a lot of people, and we're not talking. This is a B2B company. This isn't a retailer, right? This is a B2B company. But the same thing is, we went through this conversation. I said, who are the people that are working in the purchasing departments of these companies that would be buying these products today, right? You're trying to sell in hundreds of units or whatever, thousands of units. Who are the people that are working as a purchaser? That's an entry-level role or a secondary role, right? These are 20 and 30-year-old younger people, the millennials, right? They're Gen Zs even in some cases. The reality is, how do they do all their purchasing?